Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio, and I am back to give you a flip through of my If Walls Could Talk journal. It is finished and I am in love with it. It came out exactly how I wanted it to in my mind, and so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. It's chunky. It's grubby. It's grungy. I love it. It has a 3-inch spine. And it is about 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. The cover is an old school book, an old reading book, and you can see I left the original stamp here on the back. It says Jack Hood School Supplies Company Limited. It does not have a date on it, but this was a fairly old school book. And I just left it. It was like an old reader. And, of course, I created a new spine because it was not 3 inches. Okay. And you've seen this in where I created this cover in a previous video. You can find it in the Wednesday Grunge Play video list if you want to know how I constructed this topper for the cover. So it has 2 signatures, and they are bound, but then they are tied into the book with this twine here through 2 grommets. So I will flip through. I've got several digitals in here. So rather than me trying to go through and remember them as I'm doing the flip through, I will list them all in the description box. So you can find those. If you have a question about anything you see in here that I maybe don't mention or don't list in the description box, just let me know. I just put some fabric here on the inside to bind the actual spine to the inside of the book. I didn't do anything to this is the actual inside of the book. I didn't cover it or anything like that because I liked the way that it looked. Okay, so the idea or concept behind this journal is, the journal is called If Walls Could Talk, and it is kind of my fascination with abandoned houses and wondering what the story is behind an abandoned house, you know. So what you're going to see in this journal is, in my mind, what could have been in that house at one time, or what may be left in the house, you know, if you could get in and look around. So that's kind of where the concept is for this. So I'm going to flip through. You're going to see several old wallpaper papers, and those are from 2 different sets. I know one of them is Amy's Alaskan wallpapers, and I can't remember who this one is, but like I said, I will list it in the description box. Any of these photos that you see of the Shabby Shacks, those are by SweetPeaCuriosites, and you'll see several of these throughout the book as well. And then I have, here at the beginning, this is a poem about abandoned houses that I put here, just with some German book page backer and this little poem. So I will flip through this. This is a share certificate. It is a photocopy of an original that I have. This is Rachel Creations, I can tell you that. And what I did on, you'll see several of these little shabby shacks in here like this. And I used a stamp to make it look like somebody had swiped paint, old paint across them. And it is a Tim Holtz stamp. Okay, and this is the Tim Holtz, the brick stencil, and this one is the one with the tea dye or tea stained or coffee stained rings on it. These lace papers are by TaylorMadeJournals. I do know that. This is a big pocket that you can put something in, and it is on both sides of the page. A lot of the pages you're going to see are folded up, and they have little tucks and such. Coffee dyed doily. Any of the pages that are coffee dyed, I used stenciling to make it look kind of like cracked stucco. So you'll see some have the stucco effect, and then some have the bricks. And here's one of our story pockets that we did that just has several little journaling cards and photos inside of it. This one depicts a wedding, of course. It's very grungy. It weighs 1 pound, so it's quite a heavy little book, but it's not too heavy. You've got some original S&H green stamps there, and just all kinds of little grungy papers and stuff. There's plenty of writing room in this one, I feel like. This is from Old Almanac. It's an original. And then there's the center of the first signature, which is one of SweetPeaCuriosites. Wonderful little abandoned shacks. Shabby shacks, I think is what the digital is called. And then you can see where the signature is tied in. And here's another one of our little pockets. With some, the pocket is actually made out of corrugated cardboard. This flips out, and it is a actual page out of a bank book. A bank check register kind of thing. And this one is folded up for an up tuck. And again, here's another shabby shack. You can see it's very grungy, my favorite style. This one kind of depicts wash day. These pictures are by SamPool. I had to think about it. This is an old vintage picture or ad out of like a housewife's book on soap making, how to make soap. Here's another one of our little best in show. I think I did did this one in a video as well. And it has another piece of the almanac back there. There's some ledger. There's another one of our shacks. And another one. We made this the other day. And then there's the butterfly that I did in today's Wednesday Grunge Day. I made it a paper clip, so it's able to clip things on. This is one of our tea bag guys. It's just a tea bag with a photo, Tim Holtz photo on the inside of it. And this is a vintage from 1939 prescription. And then we have another check register page here, and then an old piece of paper out of a like a notepad. It's another Shabby Shack. And here we have one of our cinnamon tags that we made. It still smells great. And I've got that in a little tuck. And then this is out of a copy of the Montgomery Ward catalog. You know, one of the reproductions. And this is a pocket made out of one of Amy's Digital's peeled paint roses, I think is what it's called. And again, another double pocket there. And then here's another one of our story pockets. This one's grandmother and her sewing. And it's got another photo down in there from SamPool. And then here is another story pocket, and this one's baby inspired. It's SamPool photo with the shoes and the christening dress, and it has a vintage page from the book is called The Baby's Opera, and it's by Black Sheep, and this is a photocopy of a cabinet card that I own. And just a coffee dyed doily down here. And you could see that, you know, plenty of writing. You could write on this and you can write on this. So there's plenty of writing space. This one has a couple of digitals, and then this is an original. It's a merchandise card worth $1. And they would punch it, you know, as you spent the different amounts. This one, they had spent the $1 all in one, it looks like. And another one of the Shabby Shacks. And then here is our ceiling tile we made the other day with a couple of cards in there. This, what I did for this one is, this is a photocopy of a card that I have the original of, but I wanted you to be able, to view both sides at the same time. So I ran it single-sided, so you can still write on the back of each one of them, but it's for a wood-burning stove. This is out of a graniteware book, or enamelware book. And it's just glued on the page. It's not a pocket or anything like that. And then here's the center of the second signature with the big old house on it. And then here we have some tickets, and we have it looks like an envelope, but it's not. It's just the front of an envelope that you can write on the back of. And then this is a reproduction of a 1933 newspaper from my local paper where I live. I found a book that had all the front pages for like 100 years, for a 100-year celebration of our newspaper. And so I picked one from you know, the 30s to put in here. And then here's another pocket, and this one's kind of dad and work. And it's got another merchandise card in here, and it's got a time card. And this is a token for merchandise. It is an original, and a photo of an old truck, rusty paper clip. And then here's two more of the little Shabby Shacks. And then we have a flip out here, and this is an original check. You know, it would have been a check. And we have one of our cupcake little embellishments there. And then this is a mutual profit. This is original mutual profit certificate here. And then we have, I made this the other day for, this was actually made for the 50 Stack Challenge 3 for the Prompt Silver. And it's got this little fork on it. And it's got some recipes and stuff like that. So, writing space. This one is kind of devoted to cows and raising cattle. And I've got a couple of photos here, public livestock announcement. This one is cows for sale, and then I just put some fabric behind it and like a little ear tag. And I got those in Germany. That little tag. Okay. Another piece of the ledger. And then here is the one we did for, I saw it on Pinterest, which you won't see until tomorrow. But it's got a couple of pin nibs that I got in Germany. And it's a journaling card that you can take off and journal on the back of it. And then over here are several pieces of original ephemera that have to do with schools. This is a second grade report card from, I don't know if it's dated. I want to say that it's from, oh, here we go, 1946, 1947. And then I've got one of the old flashcards, and then I have a handwritten composition book page that has to do with, looks like they were studying trees. And then I've got this out of like a vocabulary book, and it has this cute little heart with the NJH and DP. That's why I picked that page, because that was written on there. We also have another page out of a different lesson book that has the little answers. You know, they've filled them in, so I thought that was kind of cool. And those are just all kind of clipped on there, so you can use them as you like. And then we have our last two little Shabby Shacks there. And then the back of the book. So that's it. And I love it. It's grungy, for sure. My favorite. So let me know what you guys think. I'll have this listed sometime this evening. I did get the Christmas one listed, so it is out there now. And please leave a comment and let me know. And I am going to move on to the next one. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys back soon. Bye.